Good morning, Parkland. It's time to wake up. Spring break is here. The countdown has begun. There are only 6.5 hours until 10 days of freedom. Today's weather will be sunny and 70 degrees.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Panthers, let's spin around for the aerospace fact of the day. Have you ever seen a gyroscope? It's a spinning wheel or disc in which the axis of rotation is free to assume any orientation by itself. When rotating, the orientation of the axis is unaffected by tilting or rotation of the mounting according to the conservation of angular momentum. Because of this, gyroscopes are useful for measuring or maintaining orientation. Have you ever played with a gyroscope on Earth? Then you will really be impressed with how it behaves in zero gravity in the International Space Station. Check it out.
I'll just get this gyroscope here, and it's just a toy gyroscope really, but of course in zero gravity, if you knock it, it's going to tumble, it's going to move around like any object up here does. However, if I get this spinning, just give me a second. So once the gyroscope is spinning, you can just see how stable it becomes. And however I knock it, it's not going to change its plane. It's going to remain in the same plane. I can put it physically into a different plane and tap it again, but it will still hold that same plane, and it's much more stable. So it just gives you an idea of how we use spin stabilization and gyro stabilization for control on board the International Space Station.
It's time for the last round of Parkland news for March. Still Air Patrol will meet today after school. You'll be taking your yearbook picture, so please make sure you wear your VDUs for the picture. See Mr. Yee if you have any questions.
Members of the Yearbook Club, listen up. Yearbook staff photos will be taken today at 3 p.m. in room 2038. Come directly to Miss Claxton's room immediately after the bell and before you go to any other activities.
SJA will not meet this week. You'll resume meeting after spring break.
Anime Club is canceled this week, and your next meeting will be on April 7th.
Turn in your permission slips to your second period teacher for the 2016 STEM Expo. This free field trip takes place on April 15th and is open to all Parkland students. Permission slips are due April 8th.
If you are interested in painting, building, and working backstage on the tech crew for Shrek, your first meeting will be on Tuesday, April 5th from 3 p.m. to 4:20 p.m. You can pick up a permission slip on the TV studio door or in the main office and see Mr. Bergman if you have any questions.
Wish these students a happy birthday. Panthers, as we told you yesterday, for the first time ever, this week we will be able to see two of the most iconic superheroes of all time, Batman and Superman, in the same movie together. Yesterday we took a closer look, and today we will shift our focus to the Dark Knight himself, Batman. Batman was created by artist Bob Kane in 1939. He first appeared in Detective Comics issue 27. Batman became popular soon after his introduction and gained his own comic book title, Batman, in 1940. As the decades went on, differing interpretations of the character emerged. In the late 1960s, the Batman television series became a campier, sillier version of Batman. In 1986, with The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, made Batman a darker character. Again, in 1989, the movie Batman was the biggest movie of the year and spawned 3 sequels. Then, the character was rebooted again in 2005 with Batman Begins. Batman has appeared in television, movies, video games, and much more. Let's take a closer look at this caped crusader.
Appearing first in 1939, Batman is much darker than his superhero counterpart, Superman. Hi, welcome to WatchMojo.com. I'm your host, Derek Allen, and today we'll be exploring the dark roots of Bruce Wayne and Batman. As with most other superheroes, there are sometimes contradicting events in the history of these characters. We have chosen to stick with one popular timeline. Born to a wealthy family in Gotham City, Bruce Wayne was heir to his family's fortune. One night, however, would change the path set out for him. As a young boy, Bruce witnessed his parents' murder at the hands of an unidentified mugger. Bruce's life was dramatically changed from then on as he vowed to avenge his parents' death. Longtime butler of the Wayne family, Alfred Pennyworth, arranged so that Bruce would not be taken into social service care. As a teenager, Bruce Wayne departs on a journey around the world to learn all the skills needed to become the crusader he envisioned. Bruce Wayne then returns to Gotham City, a city rampant with crime and corruption. A bat flying through his window gave him the inspiration to transform himself into Batman.
What bats? Master Wayne?
Bats frighten me. This time my enemies shared my dread.
Soon after his new persona was born, he becomes an urban legend in Gotham City, sending shivers through the city's underworld, a place where criminals were before free to work mostly under the cover of police corruption. Batman has no superpowers. Instead, he uses his fighting skills, scientific knowledge, and exceptional detective abilities to fight crime. His utility belt is outfitted with various gadgets he uses in various scenarios, such as a grapple gun, smoke grenades, and his own personalized boomerangs, better known as batarangs. Perhaps the most famous bat-inspired object used by Batman is his Batmobile. During the day, Bruce Wayne plays up a lifestyle of a superficial, wealthy playboy in order to hide his crime-fighting alter ego.
Panthers, we hope you enjoy the rest of the time off. And get some rest.
But don't forget, you still have one more week in the quarter when we return, so make sure you keep up with your assignments.
Have an awesome spring break,
and we will see you in April.
Bye.
Bye.